Hi there, this is Alvaro again. Let me show you the unboxing video of FS5. Maybe you have seen that it has been announced this very morning. I am in fact recording this in this room. This is very secret. I am at the IBC booth setup. So sorry for the noise. I'm trying to record through this microphone, wireless microphone. In fact, I am recording on a similar camera as the one we are talking about with other units. So let me show you what the box includes on the K kit. So just a little moment. So these are the treasures. So let's see what is included in the K kit. Firstly, when opening the box, you can see the first, let's say, shelf, carton shelf here, and a second floor over there. So, firstly, on this little carton shelf, we can find the LCD for the camera. As you may see, it's very thin. Also, it is different in terms of attaching to the camera to that of FS7, and now we can even put the LCD looking to one side of the camera, and we can put it in this position on the rear part. So very flexible and very agile in terms of ergonomics. Let me go with the lens here. It's simply a regular lens from Sony. E-mount motorized lens, so we can zoom in and zoom out. In fact, let me do. Okay, I'm using this other one. So this is an 18 to 105 focal length lens. Okay, with the typical cap or hat or however you want to call it. And on the right part, we can see the famous grip, and I say famous because it's very similar to the pad we have on FS7. As you can imagine, most of the parts have been, let's say, recycled in terms of design. So this is the pad, very ergonomic, as you could see from FS7, but in this case it is attached directly to the right part of the camera. From the upper view, you can see the zoom rocker here and assignable button number 4 here. This is the unlocking and locking system, so I can press this and tilt the pad. Rec button, joystick with enter function, and another assignable button. On the front, you can see that dial that we also had for FS7 here, so we can, for instance, control iris, and also another assignable button here. And now let's continue with the rest of the box. Cables here, nothing new. Okay, no problem with that, it's okay. This is the handle of the camera. It has the same, let's say, structure or concept as FS7 or X70. So you can see the handle. It has 2 screws there, so very stable. We have one lever, zoom lever here, one rec button. Sorry, let me change the position of the grip because it's becoming to be uncomfortable. Yes, this way. So, and apart from the zoom lever, rec button, another screw here for a cold shoe, we have the multi-interface shoe here, so the intelligent hot shoe for communication with a torch or a wireless microphone. That is the way I'm recording at this very moment. And just one XLR input here. And I say just one because typically on X70, for instance, maybe you remember we have 2 here. But in this case, we have 1 here and 1 in the camera body. And the layout of the configuration of both inputs is very similar to FS100. 1 in the front and 1 in the sorry, this is the phone. Sorry, and 1 in the side and 1 in the rear part of the camera. So let's continue. on the left part you have a battery charger for the BPU batteries, so we can use the EX1 or EX3, BMW100, X150. We have the iCap here, DC adapter. I insist, this is a sample unit, so I'm not sure it will be the same. We have one battery, BPU30, so the small one. We have a remote commander, more USB cables and European AC cables, blah blah blah. And now let's go with the camera body. This is the Gemini. So this is the acclaimed FS5. So as you can see, it's really tiny, very light, full of screws, up, down, hole for the battery, E-mount with 4K Super 35 sensor, the same as on FS7. Here is the attachment for the grip. Here are the connectors that let me explain them one by one. So this, so let me put it here. This is for SDI. So far no FSRO output. HDMI, Ethernet, which is fine because I can do a file transfer and streaming. And here you can see the other XLR connector that I was talking to you about. What else to tell about the camera? Well, as you can see, it's really tiny, as I was telling you. Let me use, for instance, my mobile phone as a reference. It is an Xperia Z1 with a case, funky case here. So you can see the size when compared to a Z1. So it's really small, it's smaller than FS7, and remember, very light. It's just 0.8 kilograms, so very fine for drones, slider cams, POVs, so all those features that you may want. Also, we have ND filters here, the typical discrete ND filters, but also we can use this wheel to an electronic variable ND filter that has 128 steps. So it's like let's say an analogic behavior for the ND filter. So you can keep your depth of field without closing iris when you are changing from a, let's say, dark environment to a light scene. Also, we have the super slow motion, the same module as on FS700, 2 LPCN channels, audio up to 24 bit, and we have 2 cards that can be either SD or memory stick, sorry, on the first slot, and just SD on the second one. So this is what I wanted to show you. Hope you like it, and probably you can take a look on a much more detailed videos I will try to do probably tonight.